what's going on guys, welcome back to another tutorial. I had became super consistent. I had planned so much content to upload regular on this channel. Now let's see what we are going to create today. So we are going to create this awesome looking loader, or you can say preloader, using HTML and CSS. I had tried to explain every single step, so make sure you don't skip any part of this tutorial. And by the way guys, this YouTube channel is in collaboration with Newton School. You can check out their website. I will provide the link in description. And also let's understand what exactly is Newton School.
Let's see about what is Newton School. So Newton School is a platform which prepares you for your career in tech. It has courses designed for working professionals, freshers, and even people with no tech background. That means even if you are from a non-tech background, you can also join this platform and can make your career in tech. Newton School will first train you for 6 months and will help you become an amazing full stack developer. Now you might be thinking whether this platform is free or not. So let me tell you a cool thing, that you don't have to pay Newton School anything until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. I repeat guys, you don't have to pay Newton School anything for the 6 months full stack developer training until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. And I think this is something that all of us should expect from any training program. So must check out their website for more information. I will provide the link in description. Now on their website you can see they have something called the Launchpad. So Launchpad is basically an initiative taken by Newton School for people who want to start their coding journey from scratch, and that too absolutely free of cost. This video of mine will be also available on the Launchpad section. You can go there anytime and you can learn basics of programming languages, you can practice quizzes, and even you can do assignments. These all things are completely free to do. Let's start creating our loader. So I had opened the output here. So you can see basically we have 4 squares here. So let's create the markup for those squares. I will use a container for those 4 squares. So I will use div tag and I will give it a class of loader, and inside that I will need 4 squares. Okay, so let's create that. I will use span tag for each of those squares. So I will create 4 spans. So let me copy and paste it. So we had created 4 spans for those 4 squares and we had wrapped all of our span inside the loader. Okay, so let's style our span tags and also let's create the animation using CSS. So let's first style the body tag and I will give it a background color of #FE and I will give margin 0 to remove the default margin given by the browser. Also let's give it a height of 100 VH and I will use the display flex method to center the loader within our body. Okay, so let's use the flex method. I will write display flex and justify content center to align our loader horizontally center, and align item center to align our loader vertically center within our body. Okay, now let's style our loader. So I will target the loader and let's give it a width and height. So I will give it a width of 80 pixel and a height of 80 pixel. Also let's give it a border so that we can see it properly. So I will give it a border of 3 pixel solid and black in color. Okay, so you can see we got our loader here. Now we have to create those 4 squares. Okay, so I will target the span inside the loader. So basically this selector will select all the spans inside the loader element. So let's give some styling to our span elements, or you can say the square elements. So I want the width to be 30 pixel and height to be 30 pixel, and I want to position them in relative to our loader element. Okay, so I will give position relative to our loader element and I will give position absolute to our span elements. Okay, now also let's give it border
so we can see them properly. I will give them a border of 2 pixels solid and red in color. Okay, so you can see we got our 4 span elements, and since they are positioned absolute, so they are on top of each others. Okay, so they are like stacked on top of each other. So let's target the span elements individually and position them inside our loader. Okay, so I will target the very first child. So let me copy and paste it here. So you can use nth child 1 to target the first span child under the loader element, or you can also use the first child pseudo class. So the first child pseudo class will target the first span child inside the loader element. Okay, so what we want here is we want to give it a background color. The background color is basically hashtag F08A5D, and we will not position it basically, it is in correct position by default. So let's style the second child. Okay, so I will target the second child. We don't have any second child pseudo class, so we will use the nth child pseudo class. So I will write nth child, and we want the second span element inside the loader, so I will write 2 here, and I want the background color to be hashtag D54062. Okay, now let's style the third child. I will write 3 here, and I will change the background color to 0278AE. Now let's style the fourth child. So you can also write 4 here, or you can see the span. The fourth span is basically the last child of loader, so you can also use the last child pseudo class. So I will use the last child pseudo class, and let's change the background color of our fourth and last child. So I will give it a background color of 28DF99. Okay, so we are done with the background colors. Now let's position them using the transform property. Okay, so we don't want to position our first child because the position of it is correct by default. So let's position the second child. We want to position it basically in this position. So I have a small diagram here to show you the approach of the animation. Okay, so we will position our elements. The first child will be in this position, and we will animate first in the right direction, then in the bottom direction, and then in the left direction, and then in the top direction. Okay, so basically we have to move our square around the loader element, and same goes with our second child. We will first move it in the bottom, then in the left, then in the top, and then to its initial position. Okay, and again we will do the same for our third child. We will move it in the left direction, then to the top, then to the right, and then to the bottom. Okay, so basically we have to move our squares around the loader element. Okay, so let's see how can we do that. But first let's position them. So I want to position it, so I will move it by using transform and translate. So the first value in translate is for X direction, so I want to move this second child by 50 pixel in the X direction. Okay, so I will write 50 pixel in the first parameter, and second parameter is for Y axis, and we don't want to move it in Y axis, so we will give it 0. Okay, so you can see we got our second element here. Now let's position the third element. So I will copy and paste it here, and I want the third element to position here. Okay, so that is 50 pixel from the X direction and 50 pixel from the Y direction. Okay, so 50 pixel from the X direction and 50 pixel from the Y direction. So you can see we got our third element here. Now let's position our last child, that is the fourth child. So we want it to position at 0 pixel from X and 50 pixel from Y. Okay, so just see this cursor, 0 pixel from X and 50 pixel from Y. So I will give 0 to the first parameter, that is for X axis, and 50 pixel to the second parameter, that is for Y axis. So we have successfully positioned our all the elements.
Now we just have to animate them. Okay, so let's write the animation property in all of the span childs. So let's start with the first child. Okay, so I will use the animation property, and for the first child the name of the animation is basically shape 1. Okay, so I'm giving the shape 1 name to the first child animation, and I want the animation duration to be 2 seconds. I want the timing function to be ease in out, and I want the animation to run infinite times. Okay, so I will write infinite here. I will copy and paste it in the second child, and I will only change the name of our animation. So for second child we want the name to be shape 2, and similarly for 3 and 4. So we have given animation property to all of our squares. Now let's define the animations for each of them. Okay, so I will use the keyframes add rule, and let's define the animation for first child. The animation name for first child was shape 1, so I will write shape 1 here. So at 0% I want the first square to basically position itself where it is. Okay, so we don't want to move it at 0%, so I will use transform translate, and since we don't want to move it at 0%, so I will pass 0 value to both x-axis and y-axis. Now at 25% we want to move it in the x direction. Okay, so we want to move it in the x direction, so y will be 0, and I want to move it by 50 pixel in the x direction. Okay, so you can see it is moving in the x direction, and then at 50% I want to move it here. Okay, so it is basically 50 pixel. Just look at my cursor. Okay, so I want to move my first child here at 50%. So this position is basically 50 pixel from the y direction and 50 pixel from the x direction. Okay, so 50 pixel from the x direction and 50 pixel from the y direction. So you can see it is moving first in this direction and then in this direction. Now at 75%, it is 75%. At 75% I want to move it in this position. Okay, so this position is basically 0 from x-axis and 50 pixel from y-axis. Okay, so 0 from x-axis and 50 pixel from y-axis. So now you can see our first child is moving around our loader just as we wanted, and similarly we want to move our second, third and fourth child. So let's quickly write the animations for them. So let's write the animation for our second child. The name of the animation for second child was shape 2. Okay, so let's comment our animation of the first child so that we can focus on our second child. So at 0% we want to position it where it is, that is at transform translate, that is at, you can see, at 50 pixel from x-axis and 0 from y-axis. So this is the initial position of our second child, so we will copy it from there and we will paste it here. Okay, so at 0% we don't want to move it anywhere, we just want the initial position of itself. Okay, so we have given the initial position in the 0%. Now at 25% we want to move it here. Okay, so this position is basically 50 pixel from x and 50 pixel from y. So let me copy and paste it here. 50 pixel from x. Okay, so 50 pixel from x and 50 pixel from y. So I will give 50 pixel from y. Now at 50%, let's define the position. So at 50% I want to move our element at this position. So this position is basically, as we have saw, this position is 0 pixel from x and 50 pixel from y. Okay, so you can see our second child is moving first in this direction and then in this direction. Okay, So now let's also define the position at 75%. So we want to position it here at last. So this is basically 0 from x-axis and 0 from y-axis. So 0 from x-axis and 0 from y-axis. So you can now see our second child is also moving around the loader element successfully. Okay, so now let's also comment the animation property of the second child, so you can focus on the third child. So let's write the animation for third child. Okay, so the animation name for third child was shape 3. So at 0% we want the initial position of it, so we will copy the initial position and we will paste it in the 0%. At 50% we want it to move it in this position. This position is 0 pixel from x-axis and 50 pixel from y-axis. So we will copy it here and we will define the x-axis value, that is 0, and y value is 50 pixel. Okay, so you can see it is moving in this direction. Then sorry, it was 25%. Now at 50% we want to move it at this position. So this position is basically 0 pixel from x-axis and 0 pixel from y-axis. Now let's define the position at 75%. We want to position our third child at 75%. So this position is basically 50 pixel from x direction and 0 pixel from y direction. So 50 pixel from x and 0 from y. So our third element is also moving around our loader element successfully. Now let's comment the animation property. We will uncomment the animation properties at last. Okay, so now let's focus on the animation of our last child, or you can say the fourth child. Okay, so let's quickly define the animation. The name of the animation for fourth child was shape 4. At 0% we want its initial position, so I will copy the initial position and I will paste it in the 0%. Now at 25% we want to position it here. Okay, that is 0 pixel from x and 0 pixel from y. At 50% I want to position it here, that is 50 pixel from x and 0 pixel from y. So 50 pixel from x and 0 pixel from y. Now let's quickly define the position at 75%. So at 75% I want to position our last child here, that is 50 pixel from x direction and 50 pixel from y direction. So 50 pixel from x direction and 50 pixel from y direction. So now you can see our fourth child is also successfully moving around our loader element. Now let's uncomment the animation property. So I will uncomment the animation properties, so we can see our span childs moving around the loader element. So you can see our span childs, or you can say the squares, are successfully moving around our loader element. Now let's remove the border from them. So I will remove the border. I just gave the border so that you can see the elements properly. Now the final touch is to rotate the loader element. Okay, so I will rotate the loader element by 45 degree and I will remove the border. And now you can see our loader is ready. So now you can see how easy it was to create this amazing looking loader. It might look complicated at the first time, but you just have to work according to the diagram that I had showed you. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you have any doubts related to any step, just feel free to comment down below. And I will keep uploading awesome tutorials related to web development. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Don't forget to check out about Newton School. The link to their website is in description, and I will see you guys in the next video.